Maps for Business with our new business development manager based in Zurich, but dedicated for the Middle East and Northern Africa. Please give a warm welcome to William Kanaan.
Thank you. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. William Kanaan, new business development manager for Middle East and North Africa. Thanks, Sebastian. راح أحكي بالإنجليزي most of the time, but I will speak in Arabic if you want me to. So the presentation is about maps for business. What you can do for your business using Google Maps. And before I start the presentation, I am part of my job is to work with the engineering and product teams at Google, cross-functional, across all our products, to do partnerships in the region across mobile, content, maps, search. So please come and talk to me after the presentation if you have questions and so forth. So basically what we're trying to achieve here is to give you a good overview of what you can do with Google Maps for your business. Whether you are a dentist, whether you have a supermarket, which is not the case here, I see, you have to put your business on maps. Otherwise, people can find you. On the other hand, most of you here are tech entrepreneurs, so probably you're more interested in to see what you can do, probably to put your site, to use Google Maps for your site, to promote certain things. And I'm going to show you a lot of examples of what you can do with Google Maps. First, Google's mission is to organize the world's information and make it available, useful for all of us. On the other hand, Google Maps mission is to geographically organize the world's information and build a mirror of the world directly available through the browser. I know it's a great mission. It's like when we say in بالعربي بلط البحر يعني. It's a big thing to do to build a mirror of the world and make it available through the browser. But we are, as I show you in a little bit, we are succeeding to a great extent to make this mission accomplished. Just to give you some scale here, Google Maps so far is available in more than 100 countries, is available in more than 40 languages, and more than 350,000 sites use Google Maps. And needless to say, how many hours, millions of hours are spent a day on Google Maps and on Earth. Google's strategy for maps is called Google Places. And what Google Places is basically to bring your business or your site on Google Maps. And the strategy has 3 steps. It's basically to how we can find you and how you can claim your business online and on maps, and then how you can promote your business. So it's sort of a little bit comparable to what we do in search, but from a geo perspective. So this you see, like, you can get to a place, what we call a place, to the location of your business from 3 different places. You can do a search from Google Search, and I'll show you how to do that. And then you can find your business, or you can do it directly from maps.google.com, and then you see also the location of your business, or you can do it from your mobile device. It's all lead to the same place, to the place page. Let me do a live demo here. So for instance, if I go to google.com and I search for hotels Amman, so with Google Instant, you already see the results coming up. So you see a bunch of results coming for hotels in Amman. And if you click on what we call the place page, it will take you directly to the maps place page. And this is a location where you see like a lot of information about your, specifically about your business. Now, one thing important to mention here is this information currently is actually aggregated. It's not, we don't get this information on places from a provider like we do in other places. So it's not premium content, it's just basically like aggregated content that Google aggregates from across different sites on the web. So you can see we have more results here. So this takes you directly to the site, to the hotel site, or to Google Places page is here. And actually, I was looking at. I'll show you something here funny. I was looking at a hotel. Go back to the main page. I was looking at the Grand Hyatt. I'll take you to the place page of Grand Hyatt. Sorry, actually, nervous. Do you know who that guy is? He came here a few months ago and did a, sorry, I don't see this. Where's Sebastian? Sorry, it's clipped a little bit. Let me play with the resolution here. Sorry, I didn't notice that the resolution is not display. Oops. The display. Sorry, guys, for the display. What display should I? Resolution here to detect the display.
Use 800, it's about this one.
Yeah. Okay. It's clipped. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, thanks. Do you know who that guy is? That's Sebastian. You came here a few months ago and then you did a review for the Hyatt. So this is from Google Search. You can go to Google Maps directly and search for the same thing. So I search for Hotel Zamman, and then I find the same results. So I can show you later on mobile, you can find the same result when you do the same search from your mobile device. What's cool about mobile is if you enable GPS, so location-based, you can do search hotels around your location, and you can find hotels or restaurants or points of interest around your location. So let's see what we can do here. So here, if I want to see what we call the place page for a specific point of interest, I click on more info, and then you can see the content from reviews that people have done about the hotel, pictures that we gathered, or also we crawled from the web, and then we gathered related to this site. And then also reviews from across the web, plus some reviews that people directly have done to this specific place. So this is actually also one, when we, all those presentations today, many people have talked about lack of good Arabic content and so forth, or content in the region. I think this is one of the things we can do to improve the quality of the content, is to go to place pages, create a page for your business online. And this is actually would be, if you creating this content, would be a good content. It's actually credible content that people can search and find and refer to your business. One thing actually, unfortunately, and I say this unfortunately, this particular feature that I'm going to show you that works in other places, how for instance you can come and create this listing for yourself. This listing you can create from Google Places. This feature is not available worldwide. It's available in tens of countries. We made it available currently in MENA in 3 countries, including Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and UAE. We haven't deployed it and we haven't launched it for other places. For instance, it's not available yet in Jordan, but I can show you how it works in Egypt, for instance, which is the closest Arabic country. So what you do when the feature becomes available, again, if you go to google.com and you do just search for Google Places, or you can go directly to places.google.com/business, which takes you to this page here, and then you can, something with the display again. Can you get Sebastian here? So let me go back to the actual something got messed up. I don't want to. It has automatic detection, but for some reason it's. Man. So I don't know, again, it got messed up. The display got messed up for some reason. Look. I changed it now again to. It did work, but it can kind of get messed up again. Confirm. Okay. Open. Look at the. Okay. Now it works. Okay. Isn't it? Okay. It's clipped here. You see. Let me see. Okay. This is the browser. Okay. Now it's perfect. Okay. Great. Thanks. So sorry about the interruption. So to claim your business online or to list your business on Google Places, you go here to this page and list your business. So you see a drop down here with all the available countries. I'm gonna take an example here, Egypt, and I'm going to put a random phone number from Egypt. So in order to claim your business on Google Places, you have to put a phone number. And this is because you want to have a credible business, and then we can validate it using a phone number. And then in order to, because otherwise anyone can put information about your business, and then how we can authenticate that this is actually, you own the business and this is you. The only way we can do this is through a phone number. And then we're gonna send you either a letter home to your address or an SMS. And then you enter a PIN. I can show you how it works. So this is a phone number. If you go and then you wanna see if your business is already online, you can put the phone number, and then here it detected that this is Marriott Hotel in Cairo. So if I go and edit this page, to add more information, you see like a bunch of information you can add, including where, your city, town, postal code, and so forth. And then hours of operation, different types of payments that you have. You can upload photos, and then you can add YouTube video, and then you can submit. Once you submit, you are going to, okay, here let me enter information about the okay, what did I do? Street, Zamalek, city, town, Cairo. The following. Okay, so this is actually another thing that inside Google Maps, you're trying to fix using maps. We have a product called Map Maker. So you're looking at the map and you want to correct the address, the location of your business on the map. So what you do is you drag the, this is where we detected your business is. You can drag it and put it at a specific intersection or a street. Sorry. Fix incorrect marker location. It's just loading. Okay, I'll come back here when it fully loads. So this is what you can do with Google Places. Let me go back and see what... But the most important in this presentation, I'm going to show you a live demo about what you can do for your business or your site using Google Maps. Man. Okay, I'll come back here. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm not going to waste my time on this slide. Just basically enter all the information about your listing, and then you get to a dashboard where you see analytics information about how many people visited your site, and then you see how many impressions, what actions have been done, and so forth. People have, again, on the place page, you see all the reviews. One option that is not available only that we launched it recently in the US is the tags. So let me show you how tags work. Tags is a way to promote your business, at a cheap price, like $25 a month. So if I go to google.com and I search for electrician, Houston, Texas, so you see this yellow marker here. This is Google Tags, and this is a sponsored link. So this people have paid for this to have on Google Maps to have this ad. Again, you can click on the place page here, and it takes you directly to the place page of the electrician. Okay, now I'm going to show you some cool things that people have done with Google Maps for their site. And this is the most interesting part of the presentation. So look here for look for this site here. This site has used Google Maps. This is a Amman, a Jordanian site that has used Google Maps. قائمة المحتويات. Okay, Amman. Okay, I understand. Let me. حسب العنوان. Okay, I forgot what's the name of that site. هيدا السايت ما هيك؟ .com .com .maps عمان mapjordan.com map jor.com. Okay. Okay, خلاص ما it's okay. عمان map اوكي خلينا نرجع له هلا بعد شوي للسايت. This is the site. This is what I wanted to show. So this is basically they're using Google Maps to map they're using the Google Maps API to show Amman city on using different filters here. الشوارع مثلا. It takes some time to display. Let me switch to another example. So this is Redfin. This is a real estate website in the US that uses the Google Maps API. If I search for a specific location, for instance, Palo Alto, California, I'm getting all the available listings in that area, all the houses that are available. I didn't actually put a lot of filters, so you can filter by price, you can filter by whether you want a house, a condo, a townhouse, and so many other criteria. So this is a good way for a real estate website to use Google Maps API. Another example is, this is New York Times. They used the Google Maps API after the elections in Jordan to show, the elections in New York, to show the different districts in New York and the election that happened between the mayor Bloomberg and Thompson in New York. So you can zoom in and see the results. So every district, you can see the percentage of votes that happen in New York. Health Map is another site that uses the Google Maps API. So if you search, for instance, let's see what's happening in Jordan, in Amman, Jordan. So this site gives you health information if there's any disease, God forbids, or anything like that. It aggregates information across the web and then gives you the information, map it on using Google Map API. So H1 case detected in Jordan and on 12th of December. So let's click on the link. This is a cool site. I hope there's no one here, ما في حدا من الشرطة أو من الدولة, because this is a site that shows you when you're driving how to avoid getting tickets. So basically, it shows all the traps on the road. If there is any traffic light or there's any cameras installed or anything like that, it's a community-moderated site. So people go and then tell you there's a camera on this intersection. There is another maybe like a police officer that stays under this bridge and so forth. And again, they're using the Google Map API. So actually, I did find Amman was actually on this site. I looked and I found that there are some people in Amman who are using the site. Let me zoom. So you see some red light camera. You see like school zone, fixed speed camera, and so forth. So people are adding, you go to other cities and you find a lot of information about about cameras and traffic lights. GJordan has used also Google Maps API. If you go to GJordan.com, and go to Amakan Amman, okay, so GJordan did something very similar to Google Places. Where basically you go and then map geographical information about your business on GJordan. So let's click on Azya wa Albisa, and you see here information about a specific store in Amman. So if I click here, I see reviews and where is it on the map and so forth. So we actually, as Google, even though we like people to go and create this content on their websites. So I'm very happy to see that GJordan has did this, even though you can see it as a competition, but we love to see other sites and other people creating prime content on the web. Last, I'm going to show you a cool demo about using Google Maps from Porsche, from the car Porsche. Okay. Okay, I have it here. App. So Porsche, what they did is, this is a great way of for branding, great opportunity for branding. What they did, Porsche, is they want to advertise their new car. So they said, okay, why don't you test drive this car between point A and point B, and then along the way between point A and point B, they're showing you pictures of the area that people have done using Panorama in the mirror or on the hood of the car. Let me show you how it works. So you can test drive one of those cars and say, let's say you want to go from, I haven't tested an Amman, let's say what we have, Amman, Jordan to Petra, and see if we get any interesting sceneries on the road. So the pictures here that are going to appear are pictures from Panorama. If there is no pictures, it's probably not going to be a nice presentation. I can show you something between Zurich and Hamburg or something like that. But basically, you'll see when it loads up, it's going to start pulling pictures from Google Panorama, which is pictures that people upload take and upload, and then they geotag those pictures on Panorama. Oh, we have. Put little speaker. Where's this? مظبوطين الصور؟ صور أردنية؟ Yeah? Okay, great. Let me go back. I just wanted to show you that feature that I was uploading the Google Places, one of those pages here, and then it didn't upload the. Meanwhile, please, إذا في عندكم أسئلة, please go ahead and ask me any questions about Google Maps. تفضل. تعطيه المايك. Sorry, I had some trouble with the presentation today, but I apologize for the trouble with the presentation. Go ahead.
My question is, when are we going to be rolling out for Jordan Google Maps Places application, and how can we help?
Okay, good question. So we are continuously working really hard to roll out features, worldwide, including Jordan. We started rolling out features more aggressively in the region, and Jordan is on the roadmap. So, inshallah, قريبا you'll see those features on على Google Maps. So one thing to point out here is we have عادة مثلا إذا بطلع بمصر, we get the content for Google Maps, we get it from Orion, we're one of the providers. We get the geo content from them. Places, we can license content also, like we can get content from other providers. In Jordan, we are currently aggregating this content. But inshallah, soon you get this Google Places launched in Jordan. تفضل.
Hi. If I need to use Google Maps in an intranet solution, I need to have a license for it, right?
So Google Maps, the API, if you are using commercially, you need and making money out of it is actually you have to pay for it if you're commercializing it. Otherwise, it's free.
Okay. What I noticed is that in Jordan, it's prohibited to buy the license of Jordanian maps unless you are registered outside Jordan. You can buy them. Is there a reason for that, and when should this be solved?
Okay, I'm not actually aware of this issue, but let's talk outside and let me check for you what's available, not available, why it's not available in Jordan, as you're saying. تفضل.
I want to ask about the Google Street View and the privacy concerns it raises in different countries, and that some countries forbidden you from screening streets and homes and something like that. Can you please explain that for us?
Okay, again, Street View, it requires a huge infrastructure to deploy or to launch Street View in a country, and it's a lot of work. Recently, we started rolling out more and more countries. Lately in Europe, we rolled out a few countries. وإن قريبا in the Middle East we'll start again. You can start seeing some countries with Street View. But, so it's not a technical issue, it's just a matter of bandwidth, you know, how many countries we can do at the, you know, at one point. And it's a lot of work for us, but we love to have, for us, this is a huge thing, like City View and maps. And you'll see something بالعربي, like الدول العربية soon.
I am asked about tracking GPS with the maps, Google Maps. Can a company tracking her cars or about stolen or employees?
ما فهمت السؤال. عم تقول إذا كان someone track
No problem. GPS tracking for your cars, stolen or what for however. Pardon me, please.
I see. So using Google, so we started actually, this is a good question, we started deploying Google Maps or Google Maps in cars with BMW. We have recently done a deal with BMW in Germany where we put like Android enabled, you know, the Android OS. We put it in the BMW cars, and then we are actually, I think we did deals with more cars.
Or your employees.
But for the GPS tracking, I think you can do this.
GES. GES
Oh,
company.
GES, okay.
But it's more than expensive. Yeah. Yeah, I know, but بالعربي إذا أنت حاب مثلا عندك شركة وحاب تخلي مثلا سياراتك معروف عليها GPS تعرف وين مكانها بالضبط. فور اكزامبل يعني عندك موظف مروح او سيارتك انسرقت تعرف وين مكانها بالضبط. هذا القصد. في بالامكان تساعدنا الجوجل ماب بهاي الشغله.
So we don't have the service yet, but this is something that can be done. I think, you know, it's just a matter of GPS tracking devices are available, and it's just making the integration between this and Google Maps. We haven't done this yet, but it's something that is possible.
Thank you.
أهلا. تفضل.
In the past, I tried to create an account on Google Maps for businesses, and I want to put a tag on places, on certain places that I am providing for something. So Google, as I remember, gave me the indication that I have a limit for 10 people or 10 places. Now I have 2,000 places I want to locate. It's an additional services I provide for my clients, which is I give you your location on Google Maps. So is there still any limit for this issue on Google Places, or I can freely just tag my customers? Yes, you have a Google Maps on a tag, and this is your map. I provide them with the link or put it on my site, this link for or this map.
What kind of business do you have to tag that many?
Health business.
Health business?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I provided, like, let's say a doctor clinic. I provided the doctor clinic with a tag on it that this is your clinic at this place on his profile. So there is a lot of, let's say, doctors that I provide them with. So is there, for the limitation issue that I was facing on Google Business for Maps, is there anything similar I am facing, I will face it now for Google Places? Or I just really can add them?
No, you should add as many as you want. I'm not aware of any limitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
تفضل.
Hi.
أهلا.
We're using Google Maps in Beirut on Android. If I put two points on the map on Android Maps, I get driving directions and I can play it, but I cannot use the navigator. Is this something?
On your Android device.
Yeah, I can't use car home and the navigator. it is blocked, but I can get directions.
Yeah, it's not available in all countries, as I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried it in other places that it's not, it has to be, it's not available, this feature in other countries,
Okay.
in many countries.
If you don't mind about places, I see.
No, so I mean, you're on Google, your Android device using Google Maps, you want to drive from A to B, and then you want to navigate.
I get the direction, but I can't navigate.
Navigate, yeah,
Yes.
that's, yeah, we're aware of this thing, but it's not available yet in Lebanon. But inshallah, again, it will be available soon.
If you don't mind, I have a question about places. Here you identified your place using a mobile number, using a number, a phone number. So I can edit your place if I.
So that's actually, unfortunately, I can come and let me do this, since it's a good question, because I had trouble loading up the page, and then I aborted the. Oh, this is actually an Egyptian phone number. Egypt. خليني أفرجيك. So now I'm trying to hijack. Let's say I'm trying to hijack this address in Egypt, which is Marriott. Okay. If I try to edit this address and enter, let's say Zamalek here. And Cairo, company, hotel, and phone number I have, and this is a hotel. The answer to you is, before, while I'm doing this, is there is an authentication verification step where we send you an SMS, and then you have to with a PIN, you have to enter this PIN in order to validate the process.
We better use mobile numbers.
Yes, that's correct.
And your contribution is not made directly live to places.
Or we send you a letter to your address. Let me do fix
process.
Incorrect marker here. This is what I had trouble. Okay, so it's loading up here. Let's say I'm putting this address here. This is using MapMaker API here. So, and then I save and submit. So look, it's gonna ask me now for, so would you like to validate your listing by phone? So since here in the region, that's the one thing, we don't have, addresses are not very accurate, we don't have street numbers and so forth, this is the only mean that we authenticate. And if I click here, finish.
But this does not solve the problem. If I create a listing for something that I don't own, I can validate it by using my mobile number, but the real person cannot gain control again of his listing. I'm not clear. If he creates a listing for my business using his mobile phone number, so I cannot gain control again for my.
So we have some spam detection process also. We have some spam detection process, and then we try to validate some. There are some instances of business addresses being hijacked. We return them back. So it's not 100% proof, but we're trying to improve the process to make sure like no one can hijack another address. So here, this is a PIN where you enter, and then this is the dashboard you get after you create your listing. You get to a dashboard, and this is obviously not my listing. This is Google dashboard. This is a dashboard for places here, and then it's you see here it gives you some. You have offers. We talked about this earlier that you can either create a coupon here or create a tag. The coupon you can create it wherever Google Places is available. The tag is only available now in the US, but it's as an experiment. We're trying this feature in the US, and it proves that the tag is working fine. Then we make it available in other places. تفضل. The last question, because we're running out of time.
I want to ask, there is a lot of street in the Google Maps for Jordan is in Arabic misspelling. Typing by mistake, like for example, salt, it's written by Saad, not seen. So how we can, as a community or something, help in fixing this data for Google?
Okay, so a good question. So the content that we have in Jordan, we get this content from a provider. We are not, certain restrictions there are when you get content from the provider, depending on the agreement, whether you can actually go and fix this data or not. That's one thing. In general, we have a product called MapMaker. I'm not going to go through MapMaker here, but MapMaker is a community-based map product where it allows people to go and then map a city using MapMaker. For instance, we launched this product in Pakistan, and in a couple of months we had like complete cities mapped using MapMaker. It was amazing. We had like hundreds of thousands of people, contributing to this. Sorry, I'm afraid you can go out and reach me outside this room. My colleague is going to do the next presentation, but thank you so much for your patience, and I'm really sorry for the display issues during the presentation. Thank you so much.
يعطيكم العافية.
Right, so now we have, again, 2 parallel sessions. For those who want to hear more technical stuff, it's in the breakout room. There will be an overview of Google's APIs. So we have like, I don't know, maybe in the dozens of different APIs which connect to different services at Google. So this is more specifically for webmasters and developers, but they allow you to, most of them I think do not require any license key or are free services which allow you to interact with email servers, with different applications, calendar, Google Docs. So there's tons of things you can do. So if you want to know more about these technical aspects of how you can interact with services, it's going to be in the breakout room, I think with David Rini. He's a software engineer in Mountain View. And in here we'll have a session on AdWords with Wasim, who's working out of our Dubai office. So please give a warm welcome to Wasim.
Test. Okay. We're just getting everything ready for everybody. While we're getting everything ready, hi. وسيم صايغ فلسطيني مولود وتربيت بدبي. And I've been, just to give you an overview about myself, I've been away for quite some time, around 14 years between America and Canada, and now I'm back in Dubai. I work as an account strategist on the travel pod. So this is my desktop. I guess we're ready to roll. How's everybody excited? Having a good time? Okay. Some people said people are a bit not that enthusiastic or something, I heard. Can you correct that? Can you rectify that? So another round of applause. Today we're going to be presenting about AdWords and AdSense. So this is a basic presentation. I'm going to give you this in the beginning. It's a basic presentation. This is for people that never set up campaigns or never advertised using Google. So we're going to talk a bit about how to advertise with Google. If you have any questions during the interview, during the presentation, please feel free to let me know. Okay, so AdWords and AdSense. Like I said, I was born and raised in Dubai, and who knows Majallat Majid here? Okay, I guess we're all the same age. Okay, great. What do you remember about Majallat Majid? Here we go, Fuduli. Great. So we have great prizes today. Great prizes, because I didn't really read Majallat Majid. All I did was look for Fuduli. And today what we're going to do is quite simple. Whoever follows this is going to get rewarded. So there are 4 Fudulis that are hidden in the presentation. So if you spot the Fuduli, just raise your hand. That doesn't count. Okay, so if you find the Fuduli, just raise your hand. Tell me that you found the Fuduli, but what I'm also interested in is not that you found Fuduli, but you're going to summarize the previous slide. Okay? And if you summarize the previous slide correctly, you're going to get a mug. Good? Okay. So let's start here. So we're going to go with a basic explanation of search. As you know, we're in the search business. And a typical search, with a typical search, you want to give the user the capability to find something and return whatever he's looking for back. We take it a step further, and we say Google's mission is, and this is really important, it's to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. So this is not, oh, we have somebody there. Can we pass the mic? So can you summarize the last slide?
Okay, we were talking about Google's mission, and it was to organize the world information and make it universally accessible.
Okay, you got a mug. Great. So not only are we interested in returning web pages, but as you can see, we're talking about information here. So we're returning not only Fuduli, but we're also returning results about emails, people searching for products, people searching for use. So these people that are seeking information, not only are we returning back information, relevant information to them, but since we know what they're interested in, we're also returning back as well advertisements that's related to what they're searching for. Okay, just to step back a bit, there has been 74 billion searches in 1 month. In 2008. These numbers are in 2008. Can you imagine the sheer number or the growth that are current? And if it's really hard for you to visualize this huge number, if we were to take each and every one of these searches and make it a mile, it's going to stretch from here to the sun and back 5 times. This is how many people are interested in your product. So we came a long way in terms of search. So it started off, you have Lycos, Ask Jeev. What you have to take from this slide is this is a changing market. It's continuously evolving. And what you've seen right now, what's coming up online is way more than what's happened before. Search on Google. There are a person, you're well familiar with Google. You go in there and you search, for example, flights to London. What you get back is a great experience. So a person that searches on Google is going to get his results immediately. With that, obviously, you're quite familiar with that. There are 2 parts that you get back, the natural search and the paid advertising. With the natural search, nobody controls, apart from our engineers, what appears. So you have no control over what appears there. But you have control over what appears in the advertising section. And we're going to be talking about that later on. So let's stick a bit to the natural search. And what you see is that 10 to 20% of the web gets updated every time Google goes and indexes again. And what happens behind the scenes is a lot. So there has been over 450 improvements to Google algorithm in 2008. And all this development and research costs you $0. So to summarize it, there's a whole lot of complexity in the background that's happening while you're searching. And the beauty of it is that not only you don't pay, but it's quite simple for you. Okay, just added some Arabic there to make it more local. So great. ممتاز بس شو عن روابط الإعلانات, and this is, I guess, what you're here for. So you can't control the organic search, but you could certainly control what people see in the advertising. Who's here who has a business? Who has his own business? Do you have? Keep everybody who owns a business, raise your hand. Whoever doesn't have a website, drop his hand. If you still have a website, are you advertising on Google? If you're advertising on Google, Keep your hands up. Okay. Okay. Who's interested in advertising on Google and bringing their great, great. Okay, so you haven't advertised on Google, but you're interested in advertising on Google. This is what you could get your business on. Just to recall, we had 74 billion people searching for different things in a month. Imagine the sheer number of people that are searching for your business. And you could be present there for little money. So there are two types of marketing. One which is push and one which is pull. Push marketing, just to make it, a presentation a bit interesting. Push marketing is when you're driving down with your car and you're on some highway and you see an advertisement that tells you Royal Jordanian now flies to Venezuela. Good. That's a really, really nice advertisement. But you know what? I could have flown yesterday to Venezuela, and I've had my vacation. I'm not interested in that. It could be that I'm planning a vacation coming up in the next month, and yeah, you know what? I'm really interested in flying to Venezuela, and you know what? I'm really glad that Royal Jordanian now flies to Venezuela. But it could be also a kid that's in the car that doesn't really care at all about Venezuela. So the takeaway from that is that you could be targeting your audience as well as most probably you're targeting everybody that's not your audience. But what's really interesting in marketing is that you have the pull marketing. And that's when a person is seeking the information. That's a customer telling you, I want your business. And Yellow Pages is has known that for some time. صفحات الصفراء. So if a person wants to plan his vacation and he wants to buy a ticket, he could go to the Yellow Pages and open up on the page for the tour operators and whatnot and pick up the phone and call up a person. If a person is interested in buying a used car, he could go to the classified section and look for a used car. So this is a person that is looking for your information. And this is what we do at Google. This is a person that's typing in a keyword looking for your business. So whether you sell flights or falafel, you could advertise to both people. So a person that goes into Google Jordan right now and says, what's the best falafel in town? Is Falafel Uts, is it? Yeah? Okay. Is Falafel Uts website up there? I'm guessing most probably not. This is a person that says, I am interested in your business. And if you're not advertising on Google, you're saying, you know what? I don't want your business. But with this here, you're in control. You're in control of everything. You bid on the keywords. So if I have a falafel stand, I'm going to be bidding on a falafel keyword. Maybe best falafel in Jordan. If a person searches for hamburgers, they're not going to see my ad. So the user searches for the keywords, and then according to Google rank, we're going to determine which ad gets displayed first. And the beauty of it is that not only is it cheap, but also you only pay if somebody clicks on your ad. So this is really important. If somebody sees your ad and does not click on it, you don't pay a cent. And you could go as narrow as you want and as broad as you want. This is an example that'd be great for an airline. I work on the air travel vertical. And you could go as specific as somebody searching for flights to Dubai, all the way to somebody searching for Burj Khalifa in the UK. And he wants more information about Burj Khalifa. And as you know, Burj Khalifa is the tallest building. And Royal Jordanian could say, well, we fly there, and let's help you take you to Burj Khalifa. So what also the platform also helps you with is target your who was first? So yes.
I want a mug.
Yeah, no, you gotta summarize. Sorry, we're gonna go to the next person.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, what is it?
It's about at falafel. If you
get him a falafel sandwich. He's really hungry.
It's keywords using Google AdSense or AdWords. You can index your keywords for your business and be specific. And you gave example about how airlines could target flight to Dubai, or can be even more specific about exact location.
Okay,
Burj
exactly.
Khalifa.
So the takeaway is you bid on your keywords. And another thing you didn't add, you get half a mug, is that you don't pay if they don't click.
Yeah.
And can you get that gentleman as well a mug since he raised his hand as well? So not only that, but you specify which region you want to target. You could target a whole country. You could take your message to the UK, to France, to Italy. You could take your message to a city, Cairo, for example. If you have something where you're interested in Cairo, you could target that city as well. You could target a region. This is not available in all countries, but you could target specific regions. So if you're a small shop, you could target that specific city rather than going for the whole country. So imagine like the number of tourists that come to town and search for all that stuff. Okay, so the thing about when you bid for all these placements is that you don't decide on where your ad displays. You only say I want my ad and I want it on this keyword. You don't say I want it on the 3rd position, 4th position, or all that. So the system determines where you're gonna appear automatically, and there are 2 components to the equation here: quality score and CPC. There are 2 components to the equation. Depending on those 2 points, this is where your ad appears. So if your quality score is high, this is relevancy. So if a person searches for falafel and you advertise to that person, fly to Dubai, well, that's not that relevant. That tells me that, okay, can you take care of the... so if a person... not my mic. Okay, hello? Yep. Okay, so relevancy is really important. The more relevant your ad is to the query term, the better your quality score is. The other component to it is your CPC, or how much it's the cost per click. So how much you're willing to pay for that specific keyword. We have a question there. Can we take that question?
You said that you can't determine where the ad is placed by just paying, or more like if you pay more, that doesn't mean that you're placed in a certain area. And now you're saying the exact opposite.
Okay. There are 2 components to the question, to the ranking, and thank you for that, and I hope I could clarify this. There are 2 parts to it. First, the quality score, and second, how much you're willing to pay, the maximum you're willing to pay. Based on that, we multiply them together and we get a number. And that's your ranking. And we're going to take a look and we're going to see an example in the next slide that talks about that. So this is an example of a person who has a quality score of 1.8, Acme, and John Doe, which has a quality score of 1. Acme is willing to pay 40 cents for the click. John Doe is willing to pay 65 cents on the click. So you see this example here. So this is an example where Acme has a better quality score, but John Doe is willing to pay more. So if you multiply these together, Acme's ad ranking is 0.72, and John Doe's ranking is 0.65. So even though John Doe is willing to pay more, Acme will be positioned higher. And yes, you do have 2 leverages that you could use to increase your ranking. So you can either improve your quality score, and that is to make your messaging really, really, really close to what a person is searching for, or you get penalized by paying more. So you have control either by doing this or that, or a combination of both. Does that answer your question? Okay, great. And yeah, we have another question here.
I'm not sure if you're going to talk more about the CPC later in your presentation, but does it end up that you will charge the maximum amount, or?
It's great. This is great. It's like you saw the slide before it appeared. Okay, so this is a slide I skipped. And what you pay is, no, we're not going to charge you the maximum that you're willing to pay. So in this example right here, Acme maximum CPC, or cost per click is 40 cents. But the way that the system calculates it is it figures out what was the person right underneath you willing to pay, and it adds 1 cent to that. So the formula is right here in the bottom. And in this case right here, Acme ended up paying 37 cents rather than 40 cents. Why 37 cents? Yes. So this is how you determine, there's an equation right here. So John Doe was willing to pay 65 cents. You divide that by the quality score of Acme, and you add 1 cent to that, and this is how much the system charges Acme. This will never be more than 0.4. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're not willing to pay more than 40 cents, so you're never going to pay more than 40 cents, for sure. You set how much that click is valuable for your business. So I know this is really complicated stuff, but to take these are the takeaway points. Where your ad appears is based on not how much you want to pay, but rather relevancy. Relevancy plays a key point here. And again, Google wants to return what's relevant to the user, rather not who's willing to pay more. And you don't pay the maximum CPC, but rather you pay 1 cent more than what the maximum CPC or the previous person is willing to pay. And then the last point here, which is really important, is that improve your quality score. Focus on that, and you're going to be appearing higher in the ranking. And you know what? Appearing higher in the ranking is proportional to the amount of traffic that you're going to be getting. So the higher your ranking is, the more people are going to be clicking on your ad. Okay? We have a question there?
Yeah, in the case of two campaigns...
I need to hear your voice.
In the case of two campaigns are running at the same time with the same parameters in the occasion, what will happen here? Who will appear first?
He's an engineer. You're an engineer? You used to be. Okay, so this is an engineer question. It's always going to be an equation. There might be, I'm not sure exactly if they had the same result, but whoever has the lower score will appear lower. So we have another question in the back. Katrine?
Hello.
Yes.
My name is Albert.
بس لو تعلي صوتك شوية.
Am I okay?
Can you raise your voice?
Yes, my name is Albert. I sell falafels.
Okay,
and,
great.
Is it possible for me to put my competition out of business if I write a program to click on the ad, like, I don't know, your Google search brings up falafel ads in 0.14 seconds, and I write a program to click on the ad, like, I don't know, 5 times a second.
Okay, so the question is important, and can you start clicking on your competitors' ads and make them run out of money, out of business, and all that? We have at Google intelligence software that would detect that and will refund the money for you. So nice try, but you won't be able to make your competition run out of business or run out of money.
Hi. Sorry.
Yeah.
Landing pages that the ad will goes to, does it determine or will enhance the quality score or improve it? Is it right?
Absolutely. The landing page is really important and has a factor in the quality score. So not only does the ad have to be relevant, but your landing page has to be relevant as well. So if you are, let's say, a clothing store that sells, an online clothing store that sells shoes, that sells pants, that sells t-shirt, if a person is searching for shoes, what's recommended is not for you to take him to your main page, but rather to the shoes page.
So yeah, you optimize your landing pages as well. You optimize your ads, so you improve your quality score, right?
Yeah, and by optimization, what we're talking about here is relevancy. So make sure that the person goes to the most relevant page on your website. So if a person is looking for red Nike shoes, size 42, make sure you take that user to that page.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. We have a question right here. We should take that other side because they're yeah, if you don't mind. We're going to take one more question here and we're going to move on in I know you have a lot of questions as well. We'll get back to you. Don't worry.
My question is two-sided. It's about the algorithms that you are using, the Victory auction algorithm and Circa technology for relevancy. Is Google updating these two technologies to enhance the AdWords and AdSense?
Okay, I'm not an engineer, and I really don't know what happens in terms of the algorithm. What I showed you is what's public and what everybody knows. But for what I know from my experience with Google is that our products are always evolving, and engineers are always updating and modifying and reviewing and improving. So we're just going to move on because we have a lot of slides, and please feel free to ask me questions as well. We have one more question here. I know you raised your hand a while back. So we're just going to take this last question and move on.
Hello,
Yes.
I quote this sentence from Wikipedia. In 2006, Google settled a click fraud lawsuit for US 90 million United States dollars. So the question is, how will Google protect our business from the term click fraud?
Okay. I'm not sure about this case, and I can't comment about this particular case. Don't know what that is. But as I told you, we have a system where if the fraud is detected, the money is returned. So you don't have to worry about that as a business. And with the help center, if that ever happens, you could always raise a claim or a concern for them.
Okay, thank
you. So on to the next. This is a campaign and how to structure a campaign. And this is an example where we have a clothing store, and as you can see, they're selling a whole bunch of stuff, athletic shoes, home, gym, and so on and so forth. And I'm going to just run really, really fast through these slides because we have a lot of stuff to go through. Each one of these would be a campaign in AdWords. Within those campaigns, we have ad groups. So each one of these items would have its own unique ad groups. We're going to zoom in a bit more into tennis shoes. This is important. So your ad group would relate keywords to ad text. So you're choosing which keywords you want to bid on, and you also choose what sort of ad text you want to display. And we give you the capability to target the ad text. You're in power when you use AdWords. You're determining what a person searches for and what type of ads you're displaying. So you have all these different types of matches: exact match, phrase match, broad match, negative match. And these are examples of a person searching for tennis shoes. And with the exact match, if a person searches for tennis, if you set that keyword to, not only are you bidding on that keyword, but you're also saying the system, I want to bid on it with a exact match. So if a person searches for tennis, you're definitely not going to appear. If you choose phrase match, you're not going to appear on shoes for tennis. You're going to appear on tennis, rackets, and shoes, because that's how we consider a phrase. There's the word tennis, there's the word shoes. Typically, we recommend broad match, because the system is smart enough to figure out what a person searches for and what you're going to appear. If there's a spelling mistake, it takes it into consideration, synonyms and all of that. So the system is smart enough to figure that out on its own. You could also say, I don't want to appear when the person searches for the word red. So you are in control. So how does a savvy marketer use search? I'm going to skip a couple of slides here. I'm going to go through them pretty fast. But people are moving from offline to online. People are spending less time watching TV and reading the newspaper and spending more and more online. And you know what? These online customers are most probably your customers, and you could reach them with not only search, but we're going to move later on to some other mediums. Oh, we have one here. Oh, guy with the red. Okay, so do you remember what the previous slide was about? Red here? Yeah. Okay, we're going to summarize it here.
You was talking about the four keywords, type of keywords.
No, that was the previous slide. Can you pass it to that lady?
You were talking about how everything goes to online, from offline to online.
Exactly, she wins there. Can we have a round of applause? You guys are sleeping? Okay. And as we can see here is that the survey is conducted in the US, but pretty much across the board. We're seeing more and more people going online. For example, in the US, 15 hours per week are spent watching TV. You know what? That user is also spending as much surfing the web. So more and more of the advertising budgets are going online. Companies are realizing this fact and this potential, and they're going with their advertising online. Here, we're going to go through the different search funnel or the purchasing funnel. So you could go as narrow and as wide. This is an example, as you can see the funnel right here in the top right. If a person is searching for ThinkPad laptops,
Katrina?
It makes sense for IBM or Lenovo to advertise its product. This is the simplest kind of advertising. We're going to take that a step up, and we're going to say, we're going to search for fuel-efficient cars. As you can see, there's an ad for Honda. Honda wants to associate itself with fuel-efficient cars. And the higher we go up the funnel, the lower maybe your quality score is, so the higher you're going to most probably pay. But it's up to your kind of marketing department to determine whether that's reasonable or not. We're going to take that step further and say we're going to go higher in the search funnel and say this is an example of HP bidding on HP has a project for short documentaries or short films. They want to promote it. And people that were searching for Jason Reitman, who's a director, so they wanted to associate or tell people that are searching about Jason Reitman about their project. And we could go even further. This is an example of Neutrogena. Neutrogena is a skincare product in the US. And they most probably know who buys their stuff. And most probably these are golfers. Or they want to go and expand and target golfers. And if a person searches for golf, surely enough, they're going to see Neutrogena's ads. And this is kind of a golfer would associate Neutrogena with golfing, and most probably that's their target audience. So here's a recap in different ways that you could target your search queries. We see a lot of this. We see flight to Dubai, we're going to target you with a flight. The higher you go up there, the less competition there's. The more you could be creative and reach your audience. So if you are running an AdWords campaign, think about the different possibilities that you could capture sort of traffic to your site. Okay? And the last part, so we've been talking about search and how to advertise on search, but there's another platform to Google. People think Google is only search, but we have the Google Display Network, which is a series of sites where you could put your ads on. And we're going to get more details about it right now. So it's the biggest internet property and the largest global advertising network. And these are examples of sites that are both local and international. And we're going to see examples of that. So you could advertise on Gmail, NBC, Ra'i, Mohit, Jeddah Bikers, who's interested in, let's say, games, ask.com. So you could advertise locally. You saw those. These are Google ads. You could, right now, go and put your ads on a Ra'i. And you know what? You're going to be reaching a lot of Jordanians that way. Okay. Somebody was asking if we could specify the website. Yes, you could absolutely specify the website, but you have different ways of targeting. This is one way to target. You could say, I want to appear on Ra'i. We have a question there. Is it under managed placements? This is a bit of advanced thing. Yes, it's called managed placements. Absolutely. Yes. We have a question there. Can we get a mic all the way there? So a great tool for this is Ad Planner. If you wanted to see what sites you could advertise on, go on and Google Ad Planner, and you could see a whole list of sites with the different volumes and how many people search, how many people go on that site and all that, and the different advertising formats, and you could bid on that. Question there?
Hi.
Yes.
I have a very simple question. Actually, it's related to the cookies that stored on the user side or the user machine. To what extent does Google AdWords or the score leverage the cookies stored on the desktop of the user?
So if I understand this right, in terms of search, if we take advantage of the cookies that are being stored in the, from my knowledge, we don't do that.
You totally depend on the equation. You don't use or
Yeah. It's what the person searches for. We don't do any part of past history.
Okay, thank you.
We have another question there.
If I'm a site owner and I've chosen to connect within your network, can I prevent some ads from being displayed on my site?
Yes, we do have that filtering. We have different types of filtering. One where you could say, I don't want this specific advertiser, this is a competitor, I don't want that site to ever advertise on my site. And there's also contextually, there's some sort of, so not contextual, but there are categories that you could ban as well.
My question is, for example, maybe Ride doesn't want ads for the store, a competitor, a rival.
Yeah, absolutely, you have control over that. As an advertiser, so you have control over that. We have a question right here. And then we'll take that question and we'll move on.
Hi.
Now,
as we know, Google AdSense is forbidden for Syrian.
Yeah.
What's the way AdSense check the identified for website for a law or not?
Yeah. ايش بتقول؟ Sorry. Go ahead.
شو هي الطريقة اللي بتحدد فيها جوجل هوية الموقع لتوافق على الإعلانات ولا لا؟ مثلا المواقع السورية ممنوع إنه ينحط فيها إعلانات.
والله بعرف إيش بهالموضوع من ناحية المواقع السورية ولا مش مواقع سورية.
لا كيف تتحدد هوية الموقع؟ لا مثلا جريدة الرأي موقع أردني. كيف تتحدد الهوية تاع الموقع مشان
مش قصة تحديد الهوية ولا مش تحديد الهوية، أنت بتحط الدعاية تبعتك بتقول أنا بدي إياها على الرأي. وبعد هيك مش بس بتقول بدي اياها على الرأي.
انا كويب سايت اونر بدي موقعي بدي احط اعلانات بموقعي بدي اشترك بالادسنس مشان يجيني ماني لحسابي دخل لموقعي. فانا كيف بدي يعني اذا بتوافق على الموقع تبعي انا مثلا سوري والموقع تبعي ما
بعرفش بهالموضوع اقول لك الصراحه عشان most of my experience is not مع AdSense per se بس AdWords. So بعرفش كثير بالAdSense. Okay. We have a last question. I guess we're done. Okay.
Whether Arab businesses spending on AdWords comparing with other businesses in the world?
I don't have that number. I really don't have that number. But we saw a previous slide. It's really small compared to the rest of the market. Right now, the online market is typically, let's say, 10% of their advertising budget. And obviously, if you take that 10%, part of it is going to be AdWords. But obviously, it's small. But the trend is shifting. So more and more people are going online. So I'm going to go on with the next couple of slides, and then I'll wrap up, and I'll take the questions later on. So not only we have properties also globally. So this is the Independent, another newspaper, and you could target. And the beauty of it is that you're not targeting everybody that browses Independent, but you specify which country they come from. So if a Jordanian is browsing the Independent, you could advertise to that person. If a French person is browsing the Independent, you could customize that message and make it in French, for example. So you have control over that. And so these are the ad spaces that you could advertise on. And finally, you could target niche audience. So locally, globally, and you could go target, this is a website that talks about traveling. So you could put your ads right there. So different ways of targeting. And you could target in many different ways contextually. So you could add different keywords and say, I'm a golf, I make golf clubs, and I want to target a website that is about golf. So you could type in golf clubs as a list of keywords, and Google will automatically find a good home for your ad. So these are the different ways that you could target. You could target either by placement, by saying, I want to appear on this site, or you could target by saying, I want to appear on sites that talk about chocolate. You have that capability. And you could target and say, I want to target these geographical locations at these times. You have full control over it. We have different ads, different ad formats. So you could build your brand, drive sales. And so we have also different properties. Like you could, that extends all the way from search to content to web utilities. It's a huge, huge. So we have the biggest network globally of sites. And, oh, we have one here.
You were talking about the platforms.
Yeah.
Working?
Yeah, I could hear you.
The search and the content or the.
Okay. Yes. Google has a big properties online where you could advertise your product. Not only search, but there are a lot of websites. And these are the different formats that you could do. So if you don't have a creative that's ready, an image, you could go type stuff up. You could put a flash ad, an image ad. You could put a video. And even recently, we've launched Ad Builder that you go in and from AdWords, you build your own image. You build your own image using our software. And it's a nice picture. And our presentation is over. Okay. I'm going to take questions. I guess I barely have some time. We have a question right here.
This is just a general question about AdWords and the platform. Is there a geographic way we can tag particular e-commerce listings through Google?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
For instance, a company selling a product, if we can geographically list that product through Google, say they search for that product and they're searching from the same geographical location, the priority of that particular listing would show up.
Well, you could do that. So if I understood your question correctly, you want to target different geographies with a different list of priorities in terms of products.
That's right.
So let's say somebody searches in Brazil for shoes. You're going to...
I want to show them shoes from Brazil.
Right.
If somebody searches from Jordan, I want to show them shoes from Jordan.
So what you would have are different campaigns. One targeting Brazil specifically, and one targeting Jordan. And you would tailor that campaign to set the priorities. And you could set the priorities based on the CPCs. So you could say, I'm willing to pay more for shoes rather than, I don't know, rackets.
And do the, this is another question also associated, but can we cross between, I mean, we have advertisements on the regular Google search page, but if somebody's looking for e-commerce listing on the Google Shopping tab, the shopping application, are they going to identify my company even if we're not listed in that application as a seller?
Yeah, that's totally independent. It has nothing to do with it. Yes. We have a question right here. Can you pass the mic? Sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, I want to ask about the keywords for the compound. Sometimes the keyword have low price and high price. It's not have the same price every time. Like in World Cup, you see the word related to the sports. It's become high price. You cannot complete your combine.
Well, it depends on the competition. It depends on the competition and the geographical competition. So if there's a lot of competition on that keyword, most probably the price is going to be higher. So it all depends on the competition. But then the solution for that is think wider. So one keyword might be really expensive, but add a couple of extra keywords, and most probably that would be a cheaper keyword.
Yes, but if I have a sport website, all my words are related to the sports. So if there's a World Cup, it will stop all my words because it's high price, like $1 or $2 for one click.
Yeah. So think about the search funnel and go wider. Go wider and think about more keywords. Okay. We have a question there. Can we get that? Okay, this is the last question. Sorry, guys. I'll be available outside if you have any more questions. Yes.
What are the main reasons that Google gets your account deactivated for AdSense?
For AdSense, I have no idea. But good question, though. Well, last question there. Sorry.
It's about, my question is about quality score. If you're on the search advertising and you're advertising for a keyword that is not directly related to your, let's say, website. For example, if someone's searching for flights to London through RJ, okay, and you're advertising, you're a different airline and you're advertising on that keyword, does that affect your quality score?
Yes, you'll have a really low quality score, so most probably you're going to be paying a really high price for that. So that's about it for the presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. And congratulations to everybody that won Mark.